Alright, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and in today's video we are going to be doing the team guide for the Super Easy A for Kid Buu. Now, if you saw my showcase earlier today, pretty good. He's a pretty good unit. Even if you just saw his details, you know he's a pretty good unit. One of the best support units in the game. He's on a lot of really weak teams, and just overall a godly slot 2 and 3 option. And even in slot 1 with his 60% damage reduction, I'm just saying he can look pretty impressive. So overall, great unit. You're going to want to make sure that you're grinding him up right now, getting him awakened, easy aid, and just getting him ready for that Super Easy A, because again, really good unit. Just go check out my showcase. How about that? If you haven't seen his details, if you haven't seen anything, go check out my showcase or a showcase on him, because yeah, he's pretty good. But regardless, it's also going to be very easy to get him Super Easy Aid, because the weakness for the Kid Buu's Easy A event is Pure Sands, and obviously with the Super Easy A's, all you're going to want to do is bring a lot of Easy Aid units on whatever the weakness is for the Easy A event. So in this case, you want to bring a lot of Pure Sand units that have their Easy A. You're going to want to prioritize bringing STR units. In fact, in this video, we're only going to be talking about STR units because, of course, they have type advantage, so they're going to be doing a lot of damage. But realistically, you could bring some other units, like the 3rd year anniversary LRs. They got their Easy A. They're on Pure Sands, so obviously they're going to be very good in here. But again, we're only going to be talking about a lot of the STR units. So most players should not struggle with this whatsoever, but I mean, you know, I got to make a video on it. Not really a whole lot else to make videos on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first best unit that you could bring in here, I mean, dude, Super Vegeta, right? You don't get better than this. Not only does he lead the category, but he's got guaranteed crits. He's got type advantage. He's already a very high damaging unit. And of course, you know, easy aid unit. So between everything, this guy's going to be a monster in here. Bring him. All I got to say, not going to go over everything he does. If you want, you can pause the video and look over it. I don't want this video to get too long because we do have a few units that I want to talk about. But this guy is an absolute must bring if you have him. And then next up, we got the Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Vegito. So they are on Pure Sands, obviously, because they start off as a Goku and a Vegeta. They just got their Easy A on Global. So definitely a great unit to bring in here. Very similar to Vegeta. They've had their Easy A. And of course, just a good unit all around. So you really can't go wrong with bringing them. Are you going to get their transformation or fusion into Super Vegito? Probably not. But if you do manage to get it, I mean, it's over, right? Between the crits, between the counters, the additionals, the damage, yeah, you're going to be fine. But most of the time, you're not going to be able to get it with them just because you're going to obliterate the enemy even before you get to, what is it? Yeah, turn 4. So absolutely amazing option to bring. Definitely recommend putting them on the team if you have them. You probably couldn't run them as a lead. Well, I don't know. They do lead Majin Buu Saga and Battle of Wits. You might be able to get something going with that. Probably a Majin Buu Saga team. But that's only if you have some very specific units. So, I mean, you'd have to look at your box for that. That just depends on whatever units you have. But you might be able to run a sub team with them. So, you know, I guess there's that. More value with them in this Easy A event. And then next up, we got the LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He's had his Easy A for actually a while at this point, like a long time. So most of you probably have him and have him Easy Aid. Yeah, a good unit. High damaging unit. He does build up as well. So when you're fully built up with him, you know, his attack stats are going to be really good. His defense is going to be a little bit better. Not that these Easy A events are crazy difficult to begin with. I know the Super Easy A's can start to hit pretty hard, but still, they're not like insane. So this guy should be absolutely fine in there. Again, damage really good. He's got his active skill, which you get from turn 4. So you might actually see this somewhat frequently, or at least at the very end of a fight. And obviously it's going to do a lot of damage between the crit, between, you know, everything you get here at the end. So definitely a good unit to bring in here. In terms of a sub team, yeah, you probably could do something actually, because it's Vegeta family. There's a couple other Vegeta units we got on this list here, so shouldn't really be that difficult on building a team with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta if you have him. So definitely do recommend doing something like that. And then next up, we got UI Goku. So on JP, this guy has his Easy A. If you're not on JP, this doesn't really apply to you. Sure, you could still bring him in here, but he's not an Easy A unit, obviously on Global. So you're going to be working with this. I mean, you know, there's a reason he got his Easy A. He wasn't the greatest of a unit. So if you're on JP, definitely bring him. His damage is going to be insane. His defense is going to be insane. And he's just going to be a great unit all around. But if you're on Global, you'll probably have some better options. I'll just say that. And then next up, we got the transforming Namek Goku. Yeah, I mean, he's had his EZA for a while. A good unit, really all I can say about him. I mean, his damage is going to be pretty impressive once you're fully built up with him. You know, he's going to look all right. He's even got this little support on his super attack effect, so if you want to throw him in slot 1 or slot 2, you'll get a unit or two that's benefiting from that. You might be able to run a sub-team if you want to run a bunch of Super Saiyans units, and then once you start to transform them, of course, he starts to look more and more impressive, but if I remember correctly, the transformation... Well, you know what? Turn 3, you might be able to see it the last couple turns. So, it's not impossible that you're going to see Super Saiyan 3 Goku here, but yeah, you're definitely not getting this. I wouldn't even think about getting this. If you somehow manage to, he's going to look really impressive, but you're only really going to be sticking with both of these guys. He's not absolutely insane, but because he's an EZA Pure Saiyans unit, and he's got type advantage, he's going to be good for this event. And then next up, we got the Super Saiyan God Vegeta. So this guy is a stacker, he's got guard, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about him. I mean, if you're going to run, like, I don't know, UI Goku, he's going to link pretty well with him because they're sharing stuff like Godly Power and stuff like that. But yeah, he's not an amazing unit. It's very similar to the Super Saiyan Goku. He's got type advantage, and he's an EZA Pure Saiyans unit. So you kind of going to want to bring him in here just because of that. And his damage is decent. It's not, like, bad by any means either. So yeah, definitely a good unit you should bring in here. Most of you probably have him. He's a 2018 unit on JP, so, you know, a fairly common unit that, again, most of you probably have, so throwing him on the team definitely would be good. And then finally, or the final unit that I pulled up, but we're probably going to talk about a couple other units because, well, you know, the weakness is Pure Saiyans. There's a bunch of units to talk about. We got STR Kaioken Goku. Yeah, a good unit. Again, not much to talk about, especially if you bring UI Goku. Run these guys as a rotation, and I'm telling you, he's just going to nuke this event. If you manage to get this, the fight's over. Plain and simple. The fight is just done. It's over. You won, right? Because, I mean, you guys already know. On release, this guy's damage was absolutely insane. I'm talking like Nuck and Futz. Like, it was good. Now, of course, he has aged a little. He is... Well, yeah, on Global, almost a year old, and on JP, he's a little over a year old. So, again, aging has definitely been taking place in his kit, but still good offensively. Defensively, not amazing, but he's going to be good enough for this event. But in terms of his offense, still really good, so he's going to be absolutely amazing for this event. And then, yeah, I mean, dude, Pure Saiyans, there's good options, right? I mean, if you want to bring this guy as any of these guys as a lead would work. I guess minus, like, Raditz and Turles, but... God Goku's just good enough of a unit to have as a lead. This guy has his EZA, so he's going to be good in here. The physical transforming Vegeta has his EZA, so he's going to be good in there. I'm sure Turles could work, but... you know, it's Turles. I mean, he's alright. That's pretty much all I gotta say. And Raditz, you know, he just sucks. Don't bring him. There's this STR Kale. She can be pretty good. There's this free-to-play Kaioken Goku. He's got his EZA. Like I said, a few other units here and there that have their EZA that you could bring if you have to bring them on the team. There's this Broly. He's got those built-in additionals. He can be good. And then well, there's 2000 Day Goku, but most of you probably don't have him EZA'd or even have him to begin with. And then, who's down here? 50% support Kaba. I guess he could be good because he's going to be supporting a lot of other STR units. Just so happens, everyone we've talked about is STR. So if you have a majority STR team, definitely throw him on there. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much all the standout options. Again, I know I've said this a million times already in this video. There's a lot of units you could bring. Not only is there a lot of EZA units, but on Pure Saiyans, hell, I mean, dude, almost every unit in the game is on this category. So definitely, you got options to work with. This is not going to be that difficult. The main reason I'm making this video, to be honest, is just to convince a lot of you to do it. And just show you good options to bring. So anyway, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your Pure Saiyans team is going to look like for the Kid Boo's Super EZA event. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.